environmental governance, and Kenya has done so much when it comes to environmental coverage. And that could be some good examples that we need to borrow as other countries to see on how we can improve and restore the ecosystem. And that will be something that we need to be solution that is local driven, not these big terminologies that we use at Security Council. That will never measure the targets that we want. The second one is, I wanted to see us to build synergies from what we do from different countries. It's not that I'm from ambassador effort, I'm from what. Let's try to see the lessons that we have from among ourselves on how we can drive the agenda if it comes to climate change, if it comes to gender equality. That will be a solution that we want to see for us to meet the target. Because we don't meet the target is because we are disintegrated in terms of the modality, in terms of the approach that we want to see. Sustainable development goal is not just a portfolio of diplomatic casket. It's an action of reality, not embassies, not the president, not Ruto who is supposed to move it. It is you and me. So we have to take ownership of the sustainable development goal. I rest my case.
Thank you. Wow, what a comment to end this session with. I was just told that we have a lady, and we should have a lady voice, right? Who would like to give her comment on how they are working in the East African community towards sustainable development goals.
Thank you so much. I thought since the ESC is here, we should be able to give some feedback on what's happening at the different levels, specifically on this topic. The SDGs has been discussed up to the council level, Council of Ministers, and at the ESC, what was identified is that different countries are at different levels of implementation. That's one challenge. And then we do not have a harmonized reporting mechanism. When we go to New York, Uganda will go as Uganda, Kenya as Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan. We all report our VNRs, the Voluntary National Review Reports, as specific to our country. We've never reported as, even the side meetings, when we are doing our side meetings, we do as Uganda. We do not do it as East Africa. Meanwhile, you'll find SADC is doing as SADC. West Africa is actually doing it as West Africa. But for East Africa, we are still doing it as individual countries. And that's something we are also trying to and then the issue of data, and then there are certain issues that are actually cross-border in nature that we could tackle together as East Africa. Issues of teenage marriages, issues of FGMs. There's so many issues that touch on these 17 areas of SDGs that we could actually handle together. So what are some of the council directives on the SDGs? We have been asked to develop a harmonized reporting mechanism so that before we go to New York to report as countries, we should first harmonize back at home so that we are able to share experiences. What is it that Rwanda is very good at? Like we've heard Rwanda is very good there at 60%, I think, more than 50% of women representation in parliament. At one point you were at 56, you were the highest in the world. So what is it that countries like Kenya can actually learn from Rwanda? What is it that Uganda can learn from Burundi and all that? So we need that harmonized reporting mechanism. And then we also need to identify, we've been asked to identify those things that we can do together as a region. And then we report globally as a region. Then we've also been asked to create a forum for peer-to-peer reviewing. We've been told that at the AU level there is what they call the peer review mechanism. We do not have that at the ESC level, so we are looking at developing something like that, so we are able to review ourselves as peers, and then we look at, because you find some countries are doing very well in certain targets. You find they are in front. They are running away with one target, and then others are moderate, like Uganda is moderate in almost all the targets, because for us, for our NDP3, I come from Uganda. So I'm speaking for both ESC and Uganda. For Uganda, we have actually integrated all the 17 pillars. We've integrated all of them in our NDP3. That's NDP 2021, 24, 25. Edgar, you should correct me if I'm wrong. So we've tried to integrate all that. So you find some countries are doing very well in one pillar, and then they're not doing well in the other one. So we are looking at how we can be able to, and then we've also been told that when we go global, we should be East Africa, you know, in order to create visibility for the region. So when we are going to New York or wherever, we should try as much as possible to be East Africa. I thought I should make the audience know what we are doing at the ESC level. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it's a really nice way to end this session, where we have both a young person calling for action, that we can all do something on our own level, and then we also have Madam here telling how we have to also do something on regional level to have one voice together, work together across countries in the whole world, actually globally. So we have very different levels, and I would encourage all of you to discuss further in the break, how can I do something? How can I personally do something? How can I push for change on a community level, on a society level, national level, regional level, global level? How can we do something, all of us? Yeah. So for that, I want to thank my great panel here today, and let's give them a big hand. And I will give the mic to Franklin.
Thank you so much, Cecile, and the entire team, Rina. We would love to appreciate the conversation that we've had. Oh yes, the mandatory photo. As that's happening, we are kindly requesting, we are altering the program a little bit. We were supposed to have the youth dialogue on social accountability by Uraia, but we'd have to work together in order to achieve this. So what we are proposing is that we go quickly and have lunch, because we are being informed that our guests may be here as early as within the next half hour. So we want to at least have 20 minutes lunch. Hopefully it will be done exactly 20 minutes for lunch. So the ushers will lead us. Just make sure you have your red coupon. And then immediately we come back before the presidential address starts. We hope to have bought time so that Uraia, that is Mr. Boville, Roy, and Mr. John Kamande, you can share with us what young people are doing in terms of youth and social accountability, and Uraia's experience in that field. So kindly let us save time for that session. We have to work together to make this happen. So when you are... Yes, the ushers kindly come down. Thank you. And when you're having your lunch, we are being reminded, hashtag YouLead 23. You can take your selfies. I'm being reminded there's also Wi-Fi. It may not be as strong, but at least it can enable you to even comment or open your account, okay? So feel free to open, use the Utamaduni Wi-Fi. It's free in terms of it doesn't have a password. If at all it doesn't open also, that's an opportunity for you to find a Kenyan friend, lady or gentleman who has Kenyan SIM card, and you can hotspot each other, okay? And that would be the best option, I think. So kindly find a Kenyan friend, and Kenyans, make yourself available. It's only 100 bob, I think less than $1 a day, and you can be able to share your Wi-Fi. You never know. You can even share much more in terms of what you're doing, to have impact on SDGs and other things. I'm being also requested that kindly, if you came with a vehicle, if you're a vehicle driver and it's parked in front here, we will not be having vehicles there within the next 20 minutes, so kindly just follow security. They'll show you where to park your vehicle because that space has been designated, and in a few minutes it will be hosting other people. Finally, kindly, as we go for lunch, remember the red coupons. The red coupons, have them handy. When we come back, yes, the red coupons. When we come back, we are being requested to kindly fill the front seats. So, for example, here, let's use you as an example. The what cow? Bihogo there? The darling cow. Yes, the darling. So if we count 1, 2, 3, okay? So all of us will first fill the first 3 seats, okay? Going round, okay? And then whoever comes in later will come in behind us. So we're just being requested for optics sake to kindly just fill in the first 3 rows. That means all of you who are behind there, yes, Team Viva, right? Here. Yes, that row, that means all of you somehow should be here if the seats in front of you are not filled, okay? Ushers, we are here. Okay, kindly, the VIP team, kindly follow the usher for lunch. Exactly 20 minutes. I don't know how we'll make it, but we have 20 minutes for lunch. And the rest of us, there are different serving points. Just pick your food, make yourself comfortable. DJ, over to you. And then the East African community, the EAC Youth Fellows, we're being requested, when we come back, this will be your seats, okay? The front row. So don't sit anywhere else. The front row, all of that. So at least these first 2, okay? Don't sit anywhere else. The first row, okay? Uraia team, Mr. Boville and John Kamande, be on standby too, immediately after lunch. So kindly let's save time. Thank you. Let's move.